Beware, you're in for a scare. From the pages of R.L. Stein's best-selling books comes a brand new series of Goosebumps videos. Videos that will creep you out, freak you out, or simply make you laugh your head off.
Hello, Goosebumps fans. I know I've been hard on the writers, but let's talk about Chillogy. Chillogy Part 1. It's interesting just dissecting it and everything being like, this is interesting. So we got Carl, the king of Carlsville. And apparently this model place has actually been up in the attic ever since before they even moved in. So the question is, what happened to the previous residents? Oh, they got screwed over by Carl, chances are. It's like either A, they got screwed over by Carl, B, Carl took one of their kids, or C, so it's like A, they got taken by Carl, B, they got one of their kids got taken and they're like, oh, frick this, or C, they know how evil it is and he left it because they're like, oh, frick this, and just left it. But considering there's lots of stuff in the attic, I think most likely it's option A. They all were taken into the board game or the freaking model city, and now they're stuck there. And now they're citizens, and you don't even remember who the they are. But let's go with what happened with part 1. So we got Jessica. It's pretty interesting. Jessica's actually a money-hungry person who most likely will become a businesswoman, and well, she does a lot of stuff, she does a lot of stuff. Yeah, talk about I would be so angry and just angry, just the fact of being like, oh, she's able to do great on eBay. Screw you, Jessica. Screw you. So Jessica found Carlsville. She got absorbed in Carlsville, and this is where I'm like, okay, how about I start kicking it, because it's time to kick this story. The story was good, but after decades, we got to talk about it. So basically, Jessica got absorbed in there and she has to do business with Carl. The idea is simple. Carl is just going to screw her over, apparently. Yeah, so she's going to just do that for the fun of it. But in actuality, he technically actually taught her a lesson, though. Yeah, so it's like, he's evil, but for some reason, 2 out of the 3 stories, he actually is an anti-hero. He actually is there to teach him a messed up lesson, just like how freaking Santa Claus screw over the poor, poor freaking family in the haunting hour. Yeah, that was messed up. That was messed up. What the heck, Santa? And he got a limo too? Oh man, stupid Santa. So the idea is simple. She has a lemonade stand. He has special lemonade. They're supposed to sell all the lemonade for $1 each cup. Now, the loophole is the fact of where, number one, he says, don't ever change the price. Of course she's going to change the price. This is a lucrative business here. And at least 2 to 3 people gave her the trigger word of being like, I'll pay $2. This is worth a fortune. And it's like, yeah, you're playing her. The interesting part is that he did not actually state that you have to fill up the whole entire glass. So when she actually filled up half the glass, that still was okay. Kind of a messed up jerk move to say, but her assistant, I thought it was a dude. Her assistant's a little girl, and I'm like, I couldn't tell worth a darn. It seems so unisex, it's not even funny. I'm sorry, but I couldn't tell worth a darn. Yeah, it's like, until now, I'm like, I thought that was a boy. It's like, oh man, wow. So of course what happens is that she does lots and lots and lots of stuff, and then she decides to do a messed up thing that's like, okay, that is kind of messed up. Where it's like, why don't you finish it all anyways? Because that's even more money. Screw it. It's even more money. And then you can get, that technically doesn't make sense, where she's like, didn't go all the way to 0 to the last actual cup. It's like, it's kind of messed up, where I'm like, does that even make sense to you? I mean, does it make sense to you that she has extra freaking stuff, and plus she ordered it down at one point, but it's like, Pretty sure the thing's so damn strong. I don't think it matters if you water it down or not. And besides, if she didn't even water it down, they would practically be at last cup anyways. So she hides it, and then eventually it gets kicked open, and I'm shocked that she didn't do the freaking excuse of, that was water. That was extra water. In case he come back and gave us a second pack, that was water. It's like, how the frick am I good at lying and she's not? It's like, come on. She lied about it, but yet she's not able to freaking lie herself out of being free. It's like, come on. It's like, you should have just told him that was water. That was not what you think it was. It was water. Okay, it was water. It's like, see, I'm going to even taste it. Water. It's like, ew, you taste the pavement? I don't care. As long as I'm able to prove to them that it actually was water. Now, if they taste it, now I'm freaking screwed. Yeah, and they didn't taste it anyway. So it's like, yeah, you would have been safe if we would just said that it was water. Because that's, for weird part, he did have extra water down below. So it's like, was that your other option? Is that after she sold it, she would come back and like, and then you give him another pack, and then that's I don't know. So anyways, the original version, she gets chased and turned into a pig, gets chased, say, he loves bacon. And it's like, okay, so you're going to kill her, then cook her, and then serve her up as bacon. It's like, that's kind of semi-cannibalism, people. Kind of semi-cannibalism. But anyways, yeah, so run, gets cornered for the money. Carl says, screw you, we're not going to be business partners anymore because you hogged the profits. And it's like, well, she could have actually, now here's the messed up funny part is that she cares about money, but if she looked at the money, actually looked at it, all the money was freaking fake. It was Carl money, meaning that in the end, you're not going to get any money at all out of this. So it's like, you might as well play the game like a freaking Girl Scout. I mean, the $20 bill looks like Andrew Jackson, but pretty sure it was Carlized. So it's like she actually was making no money at all. This is play money. This money doesn't even work in real life. And it's like, yeah, I don't see why in the first place she even played this. She should have been dissed it saying, yeah, look at a dollar like, this is not a dollar. This is to have George Washington on it. So it's like, yeah, that's one thing that's like a kind of an issue here. So it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she doesn't go for games. So yeah, the whole Carl money part, that is like, this whole entire thing would just crumble right now. Or it's like, she's not going to get any money out of it anyways. She got a lesson, but the thing is that there's no money. And number two, if she did do a Girl Scout job, and she didn't just stuck to it and did all of it right, and she got out of friggin' stuff, pretty sure Carl would get pissed. And Carl would be like, okay, let's do number two. Let's do number three. Let's do 4, 5, 6, 7. Trying to actually make her do her tendencies. It's like, I'll wear you down and you'll become a money hungry, greedy girl you are. A greedy little pig. I'm going to make sure that you do it. I know you are. It's like, that's what's going to happen. So he's just going to continue to try to tempt her to actually do something shady. I think that's how the end saga goes. And it's kind of weird that, I know skipping to the third one, but it's like he wants to add people into his, in quotations, neighborhood. And it's weird that the first person that you had, you scared her away. Why? Or was that a freaking test of where it's like, oh, maybe there's two things he's gonna do. One, this will be fun. Or B, if she actually, two. It's like A or B. Anyways, the second part is, what if she did do what he said, and he did all these, in quotations, tests that she's gonna try to break you, and then you didn't break her, and then you actually turn her into a neighborhood person. Yeah, you just converted her, and now you have one more person in your neighborhood. I don't know. Anyways, just thought it was cool to talk about this. We'll get to part 2 after these messages. Have a scary day. Have a scary night.